The regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature. This is our presentation portion of the meeting, and we have one presentation this evening. It is P 1724. This is a resolution adjourning the January 24 legislative meeting in memory of Francis J. Giuliano Sr. And I'd like to invite Frank's family and friends up front. This is a presentation by legislators Bailey, Grant, Fiacco, and Casal. I left my thing in the office.
I suppose so. I'll do it.
Saying they got at least $1,000 plus the 500 we gave them, so they got money from it. I can find one, no problem. It's just.
This is a resolution adjourning the January 24 legislative meeting in memory of Francis J. Giuliano Sr. Whereas it is customary for this legislative body to pay honor and respect to persons who have had a great impact and influence on the citizens of this county during their time on earth. Attendant to such duty and fully in accord with its long-standing tradition, the Rensselaer County Legislature mourns the passing of Frank Giuliano Sr., a cherished pillar of the community and a beacon of kindness who departed on December 9th, 2023, leaving behind an indelible legacy. And whereas, thanks, Tom, Frank's journey through life was defined by unwavering dedication to his family, his work, his commitment to service, and it's evident in his tireless efforts that touched the lives of many in the community he loved. Frank was a proud veteran, serving his country during World War II. Throughout his career, spanning over 40 years with the town of North Greenbush, Frank's work ethic and leadership were exemplified during his tenure as highway superintendent from 1984 to 1992, continuing to serve his community as the town hall custodian until his retirement in March of 23 at the remarkable age of 94. Frank's commitment to his community extended beyond his professional career, encompassing his active membership of over 70 years in the Wineskell Fire Department, where he held many positions, including past president and fire police and fire commissioner. His unwavering dedication to his faith, serving as an usher at St. Jude's the Apostle Church in Wineskell for 7 decades, as well as his extensive involvement in various associations, including the American Legion, the VFW, Knights of Columbus, Hendrick Hudson Rod and Gun Club, Rensselaer County Highway Superintendents, the International Union of Operating Engineers, and Upstate New York Engineers, exemplifying a life lived in service to others. Frank's joyous spirit was evident through his portrayal of Santa Claus for over 50 years, spreading smiles and joy within the community, and his compassionate nature, friendly demeanor, and generous heart endeared him to all who knew him, leaving a legacy of kindness and warmth. Frank was a devoted husband of 73 years to Shirley, a loving father to Shirley and Kurt, Susan and Rick, Kevin and Julie, Steve and Lori, and Mark and Chelsea. A cherished guiding light to his 12 grandchildren, 9 great-grandchildren, his sister Elizabeth, and his brother Salvador, as well as numerous nieces, nephews, step-grandchildren, great-grandchildren, leaving a profound impact on generations to come. Frank was predeceased in life by his son Francis J. Giuliano Jr., his grandson Anthony, and his sister Teresa. As we bid farewell to Frank, the Rensselaer County Legislature memorializes a life well lived, a life dedicated to love, service, and the joy of giving, an exemplary story that will continue to inspire and resonate with generations to come. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature does hereby adjourn this meeting in memory of Frank Giuliano Sr., and it extends its deepest condolences to his family, fully confident that his contributions to the community will live to serve as a legacy to all. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to the family of Frank Giuliano. This is a tough one for me. We talked before the meeting, and I said, I hope I can get through this. I know you felt the same way. So Frank, many of us had the pleasure of working with Frank and knowing him for many, many years. If you knew Frank, you knew that he was a kind person, always willing to stop and chat, always sing a little tune in the offices, in the hallway of the town hall. And he was a mainstay in North Greenbush, and especially in Winenskill. He was completely dedicated to our community. I don't think Frank knew the words short term or maybe just for a little while. Frank was married 73 years to Shirley, 70 years to his church, 70 years to the fire department, and the list goes on and on. And you know, we talk about when you go to someone's wake, especially someone who's lived a life like him, you see so many people and you think, wow, this is really just a great story, a great reflection of the love that people had for him. But I went to his surprise birthday party, and it was just as packed with people. People loved Frank. He was always surrounded by people, and people were always wanting to be surrounded by Frank. He was a wonderful family member, family friend to all of us. He was a wonderful husband, and just look at the family that he's created with the list of children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. He created a wonderful legacy for all of them to carry on, and we miss him very, very much at Town Hall. Everyone in the community, the fire department, we all miss him. He was just a wonderful man, and I want to thank you so much for allowing us to honor him tonight. So thank you very much. Anybody else, Leon?
I've known Frank for forever, even as long as his children that I've grown up with. I had the Beverage Mart in Winenskill for years. Your husband was a good man, all go, no talk. All I can say is that his public service that he's put in to the community, really including the firehouse, it's been a gem for the town of North Greenwich, and he'll deeply be missed. I'm sure not as much as how you guys feel, but we'll miss him, and God bless.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ms. Giuliano and Steve O, and my favorite teacher, Lori. I've known your husband for a little long time, through my father, but I've known him for a long time. But Mr. Juliano, my kids went to school with Steve and Steve's kids here, Lori's kids, Juliano's kids, and Mr. Juliano was always at the basketball games watching the kids play. He never missed them unless he couldn't make the games. So I got to know him better that way, and I always remember one other event was, I know he was an usher at St. Jude's for many years, but he also was Man of the Year at St. Jude's, which that was a great accomplishment and a great honor. So I'm just glad to be here and just to be honoring him. God bless. Lori, yep. See, that's my favorite teacher.
Okay, it is 6:22. The February 13th, 2024 regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature is now called to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Cassell? Mr. Choquette? Mr. Fiacco?
Here.
Mr. Fleming?
Here.
Mr. Genren? Mr. Grant?
Present.
Mr. Grimm?
Here.
Mr. Harrington? Mr. Loveridge?
Here.
Mr. Maloney?
Here.
Ms. Nichols? Mr. Patiri?
Here.
Mr. Stahl?
Here.
Ms. Weaver?
Here.
Mr. Wysocki?
Here.
Mr. Zaluski?
Here.
Chairwoman Hoffman.
Here.
There are 17 present and 1 absent.
I'd also like to acknowledge we received legislator Doran's resignation this week because of a change in the location of her address. She had to resign from her position, so on behalf of the legislature, I would certainly like to extend our sincerest thanks to Cindy for her years of service on the legislature. Invocation, Mr. Grant.
Madam Chairperson, we would ask for an indulgence, if you would, if we could have, please, a moment of silence in memory of our departed legislators, Robert Bob Conway and Peter Durkee. Thank you. Lord, our God, we thank you for helping us again and again. Praised be your name for all you do for us and for all your help in many dangers and hardships. We trust you completely and have faith in you through Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Chairwoman, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the special meeting of January 30th, 2024, and approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second it.
Have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved. Presentation of petitions.
On file.
Presentation of communications.
On file.
Reports of commissions.
On file.
Departmental reports.
On file.
Reports of standing committees.
On file.
Local laws.
There are none tonight.
Okay, we'll get on to the index of resolutions. G, 2324.
G 2324, resolution authorizing an agreement with Brightside Up, Inc. for daycare registrations and inspections, Department of Social Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 2424.
G 2424, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget. Public Defender, Conflict Defender, and Public Administrator. Introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 2524.
G 2524, resolution authorizing payment under the Children's Waiver Program, Department of Social Services. Introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 2624.
G 2624, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 tax rolls for the Town of Pittstown Bureau of Tax Services. Introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 2724.
G 2724, resolution authorizing the amendment of an agreement with Unity House of Troy, Inc., and amending the 2023 adopted Rensselaer County budget mental health. Introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G, 2824.
G 2824, resolution amending resolution G 24723 for janitorial services at the County Office Building, 1600 7th Ave, Troy, New York, Bureau of Central Services. Introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 2924.
G 2924, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff. Introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 3024.
G 3024, resolution authorizing an agreement with 3N Document Destruction, Inc. for certified document destruction and recycling services, Bureau of Central Services. Introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 3124.
G 3124, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the following 2024 tax rolls for the Town of Grafton, Bureau of Tax Services. Introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 3224.
G 3224, resolution authorizing a service agreement with DataWorks Plus LLC for the LiveScan digital fingerprinting interface system, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff. Introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3324.
G 3324, resolution authorizing an agreement with First Light for Fiber Internet Services, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Madam Chairman, woman,
Yes, Mr. Maloney?
to abstain from that as I may possibly be working with them in the future.
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mr. Maloney.
Thank you. G 3424.
G 3424, resolution authorizing an agreement for the purchase of bread and baked goods for the Unified Family Services, Department of Aging Senior Center, and the Sheriff's Department, Rensselaer County Jail, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3524.
G 3524, resolution authorizing agreement for clinical nurse services, staffing services, and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3624.
G 3624, resolution authorizing the creation of a position of personnel analyst and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Bureau of Human Resources, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Battieri, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3724.
G 3724, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3824.
G 3824, resolution amending Resolution G 43520 for dental services with DentaServe Dental Services, PC, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 3924.
G 3924, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4024.
G 4024, resolution accepting a grant award from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for criminal justice discovery reform and amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets. District Attorney, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4124.
G 4124, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4224.
G 4224, resolution authorizing an agreement with Nurse Connection Staffing, Inc. for clinical nurse staffing services, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4324.
G 4324, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4424.
G 4424, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment roll for the town of Berlin, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4524.
G 4524, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment rolls for the town of Grafton, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4624.
G 4624, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment rolls for the town of Poston Kill, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4724.
G 4724, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment rolls for the town of Stephentown, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4824.
G 4824, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment rules for the town of Petersburg, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 4924.
G 4924, resolution authorizing agreement with the Intercity Tires for the purchase of heavy equipment tires and tire services, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5024.
G 5024, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, and public administrator, introduced by legislator Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5124.
G 5124, resolution authorizing an agreement with Task of the Capital District, Inc. for substance abuse services, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5224.
G 5224, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, district attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5324.
G 5324, resolution authorizing an agreement with Renee D. LaGuire, DBA LaGuire Shorthand Reporters for Court Reporter Services, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5424.
G 5424, resolution authorizing agreements with electronic monitoring services, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5524.
G 5524, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget with American Rescue Plan funding, finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5624.
G 5624, resolution amending an agreement with Barton and LaJudas DPC for design, engineering, and construction support services related to the fire training tower facility, central services, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5724.
G 5724, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 5824.
G 5824, resolution amending the 2023-2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G 5924.
G 5924, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Stahl, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6024.
G 6024, resolution authorizing the acceptance of one-time funding from the New York State Department of Health to support Article 6 eligible services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6124.
G 6124, resolution authorizing the Rensselaer County Executive to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the town of North Greenbush for the design and construction of improvements and modifications to the sewer infrastructure, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Hoffman.
So moved. G 6224.
G 6224, resolution authorizing the Rensselaer County Executive to reserve the interest income from the EH Fund to the Nursing Home Equipment Capital Reserve Fund for the year 2023, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Lovett, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6324.
G 6324, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budgets. Public defender and conflict defender, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6424.
G 6424, resolution authorizing payment to resolve pending litigation, county attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6524.
G 6524, resolution authorizing sole source purchase of dryer parts, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6624.
G 6624, resolution authorizing the expenditure of funds as part of the Household Hazardous Waste Collections Event for 2024 Environmental Management Council, introduced by legislators Casal, Choquette, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 6724.
G 6724, resolution authorizing the award early vote by mail initiative and amending the 2024 adopted budget Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 6824.
P 6824, resolution commending Brunswick Brittenkill Central School District bus driver Barry Sullivan upon his heroic and life-saving actions, introduced by legislators Harrington, Casal, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 6924.
P 6924, resolution commending Reagan Rattel upon her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational, and introduced by legislators Harrington, Casal, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7024.
P 7024, resolution commending Ellie Hutton upon her first place finish at the New York State Girls Wrestling Invitational, introduced by legislators Harrington, Casal, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7124.
P 7124, resolution recognizing Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rensselaer County for their contributions during National Nutrition Month in Rensselaer County, and designating the month of March 2024 as National Nutrition Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7224.
P 7224, resolution commending Troy Art Block for being named Best New Festival, introduced by legislators Grimm, Fleming, Nichols, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7324.
P 7324, resolution commending John and Diana Waite as the recipients of the 2024 Heart Fluid Award, introduced by legislators Grimm, Fleming, Nichols, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7424.
P 7424, resolution recognizing March 17th through the 24th, 2024 as National Agricultural Week, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7524.
P 7524, resolution recognizing March 2024 as American Red Cross Month, introduced by legislators Stahl, Jenner, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7624.
P 7624, resolution recognizing February 2024 as African American History Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislator Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7724.
P 7724, resolution recognizing March 10th through the 16th, 2024 as Sunshine Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Fleming, Nichols, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 7824.
P 7824, resolution urging increased funding for water and sewer infrastructure, introduced by legislators Grant and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 7924.
G 7924, resolution authorizing the purchase of a vacuum, Store District Number 1, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. And that is the index of resolutions. Legislator privilege.
Go ahead.
Mr. Grant?
Just a few comments on P78 for the restoration of the water and sewer infrastructure funding. I commend the members of the legislature for their unanimous support on this. It's tragic. I think the governor received tremendously bad advice in slashing this funding from her proposed budget. At least in half, she slashed it from the existing budget. We should be looking, the state of New York should be looking to increase this funding rather than diminishing it. And then once the fund is recreated, the state government should be looking at ways to streamline the process so our local governments can implement our water and sewer projects in a more expeditious fashion. These projects are vital to our communities, community safety, economic development, environmental growth. It's unconscionable, in my opinion, that the governor received such bad advice in reducing that in the budget. We thank you all for the unanimous support, and hopefully the governor will consider amending her own budget to restore these fundings, but if not, we hope that the state legislature will overrule her budget proposal and restore these fundings in a timely fashion. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Mr. Gendron?
I would just like to speak about the drug dealer registry that we had into law. And I think it's unfortunate that people are coming out and giving us some backlash on it. I commend Legislator Pateri for bringing it up and everybody for supporting it. Mary Pat Donnelly for supporting it, as well as our county executive for signing it into law. As we see across the country in major cities and throughout everywhere, right now they're lessening the laws and lessening the penalties for everything that's going on, and it's not making anything better. I was kind of raised, there's always a consequence for your actions. And if you choose to come in here and deal drugs, now the drugs are even more powerful, more potent, and they're causing overdose deaths. So we need to hold those people accountable, and this is one way I feel like we were doing that. And I still stand by that, and I think it's a great piece of legislation, and I hope that other counties throughout New York State, and maybe even across the country federally, start adopting this, because we can't keep lessening the consequences for your actions. We have to enforce the laws and hopefully hold harder penalties for things. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yes, Legislator Nichols?
It was my privilege to testify in the Environmental Conservation Joint Budget hearing earlier this week, calling on the legislature to restore the full funding for the Clean Water Infrastructure Act. It is so important that we do that, and our municipalities rely on that funding. We also ask for an additional $100 million earmarked for lead service line replacement, recognizing that the EPA has put forth a proposal that all lead service lines across the entire country will need to be replaced in full by 2037. Further, we ask the legislature to push for clarification that bonding for full service line replacement is constitutional, and that we would be allowed to do that, recognizing that private benefit is minimal compared to the public good of protecting children from this harmful exposure and ensuring that every New Yorker has access to safe, clean drinking water. So I appreciate the resolution put forward tonight, and I'm glad to support it.
Thank you, Ms. Nichols. Anybody else? Mr. Maloney?
Everyone's done? Motion to adjourn.
There's a surprise.
I'll second it.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Mr. Loveridge, all in favor? Aye. Have a good night, everyone.